Are we on? I guess we're on. That's better. It was dark and now it's much better. As am I. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. It's Sunday. I don't even have a cup. I don't even have my mug. Hold on. That's better. I'm sorry. And while we're here, this is what these are. They're red. They say love on them. I don't know why. Not my decision. Nevertheless, there they go. A little long for me. They're for show, not really for function. If you haven't already, please, this is of the essence that you watch the latest AEW with Queen Aminata. 30 seconds in, I've heard a sentence I never heard before. And we go off from there. Never really spoken to her before. I like these sort of meeting these people in this way. It was a real first time. We discussed nothing. She certainly has things that she does and that she is proud of, and you should enjoy them. And the other thing that bothers me, if I may rant for a minute, they do the premieres in the morning at 7 a.m. I don't understand why we're doing the premieres all of a sudden. And then it hasn't even been up for 2 hours later, and they also posted another random video. I don't want this to get lost in the timeline. The woman is literally a queen. So do what you can to support her and me. Watch it, like it, comment, share it. Get it together. Don't let the algorithm bury this. Together we can overcome. It's the power of democracy or something. Amanda said, good morning, sir. Hello, friends. I'll be in and out today taking my son to his driving lesson on the freeway. Maybe start on a side street. Maybe start slow, Freeway, I don't think we have freeways in Canada. We have highways. And there's no byways. I think we got rid of byways in general. But freeway sounds more important than it actually is. Just a fast road. You just call them fast. Take the fast road. I think it would be much more clear in conversation. Leo said, I made a joke about the pop band 21 Pilots on Instagram, and some stan, I don't think we're using that term anymore, told me I was ugly. I replied, telling her she had a diaper fetish, and she deleted her comments. Well done. You certainly parried that, Leo, and counter-striked. Real tete-a-tete moment there for you. Mike said good morning, everyone. Matt Sandy said good morning, everyone. Mia said good morning. James said good morning. V said good morning. I hope you're doing well. So do I. Squirrel Squad is also here and said good morning. Christine, Red Dog, Prisma, Mia, Cat Face, Chronic Snake. That's what I meant. Gina said, good morning, everyone. What a great episode of Hey, a True Queen. I only wish that jerk Gareth wasn't in the live chat trying to ruin it. That's the other thing about these premieres is that these people spam the live chat. We need a moderator. I would happily be the moderator. Just, not my choice. You need to support her regardless. Tell her that people like her. James said, good morning, RJ. James said, keep it juicy. Mia said, I love that she kept giving you high fives. I don't know why. I didn't want to, but then I also didn't want to say no. We felt ultimately bad saying no. Marvelous said, good morning, Papa Bear. I do not want to be called that. So Sierra said, good morning, everyone. Chronic Snake said, were you familiar with Scott Big Cat Henson? He worked in the Pacific Northwest independent wrestling scene. No, I was not, mainly because I'm not familiar with the Pacific Northwest. I mean, it's sad, so I just wasn't familiar. It's okay not to know. Chris Aaron said, good morning. Marvelous said, my mom told me to tell you she's still a fan of your Tookits. Still a fan. It's like this is my later works now. Mike said, mild spoiler, Queen, Aminata, and Sky Blue beat the holy hell out of each other this past Thursday for a rampage. Mike, why are you spoiling stuff? Why are you giving me news like I wasn't there? It's my first question. Mia said, when I was driving in Canada, it was weird how your streets were. They are just one way. Mia, is probably specific to the area that you were in and not Canada as a whole. The whole country does not have one-way streets. I would say that America probably has more one-way streets than Canada, but only in certain areas, certain cities. New York has one-way streets. Chicago, these weird places like maybe like a New Orleans or a Nashville where it's only one way. The more dense, the smaller they are, the more packed in, the more one ways they would have. I don't think it's true of that. I don't want to say it's racist. Certainly, it's not true. I'll say that. Certainly a generalization. Leo said, have you driven the Matlock Expressway? I've not. There was a Lloyd Bridges Road in Michigan outside of Detroit, and I don't know why there was one, and I should really look it up. But I've been there. Nail said, Gina, I popped into the premiere, and holy crap, that Gareth dude is bored. That's why I don't like I just wish they put the link up, and people could watch and comment. My other theory is all the comments go into the live chat and not into the actual comments. It's not my favorite. So Sierra said, no byway. Sir, it's pride. Well, they can go whatever way they want. It's not my way. Prisma said, a byway denier during Pride Month. How dare you, sir? Squirrel Squad said, are you not a fan of the high five? First of all, did not ask my consent to high five. Second of all, kept doing it. At times, after things that I did not feel warranted a high five, and then the high 10. And where are you going to go from there? So I felt like she was playing a little too loose and fast with it. James said, I think Queen Aminata should be credited with the high 10. Yeah, she invented it. Gina said, I stay off all the freeways after the Kiefer Sutherland movie, which I don't know which one that is. Leo said, RJ is a great author. That's because Leo keeps posting made-up book covers for some reason. Aaron said, man, I picked up Raiden 3. It is a whole hour of gameplay. Oof, that must suck. Let me go on a little game rant while I press this coffee. I have not been doing I gotta press it down. I've not been doing Trombone Champ for a while, but I just started up again. Those videos will start appearing next week, along with the card videos. But also, I will be getting to a little demo I found of the Lost in Space video game. The full game is not out yet. There's no release date, which bothers me. But the demo is out, and I played it, and it took me 2 tries. It was very difficult. So you'll get to see that whole thing in full. It'll be nice. But Raiden 3 being an hour long, it didn't cost just an hour's worth of gameplay. I'm sure it costed far more than that. So that's a blow. Nails said, remind everyone about Ask RJ. Thank you, Nails. You have until the end of today to get your Ask RJ questions in. I'll be recording it tomorrow, so get to work. Manuel said, who is your favorite queen? I like Queen Kong from the Glow series. I thought she was excellent. I thought she was very, very good. And I knew her on a little bit on Facebook. Oh, and I met her at that movie premiere where I slapped David Arquette, and she thought it was real. And then she died. I mean, not because of it, but shortly thereafter. Mike said, it was for the people, not you. My wife was the one with the Tony Schloop for hey sign. Well, I would, if you want him on the show, please continue to support it. Nail said, hashtag beds aren't real. I don't know. I have no idea what that's even referring to. Red Dog said, I only know of the very much overplayed 21 Pilots song about turning back time to the good old days. I think every successful musical artist needs one of those. I think that's certainly for the essence. Harley has a request, unfortunately. Pretend your coffee is magic. When you sip it, you grow large teats. You were thrilled. Now you can feed the starving capybara you found in the snow. These are not good requests. It's not only is it bad, but you formatted it, but you told me the ending of it. You didn't set up the scene to let it play. You said, here's the full script. This is what we're going to do. So my coffee is, and this is, ruining the experience for everyone else, quite frankly, too. Coffee is magic. When you sip it, you grow large teats. You were thrilled. Now you can feed the starving capybara you found in the snow. Okay, great. It was a good coffee. It was really excellent. Tingles. Excuse me. I think I'm allergic to this. I oh, okay. Great. Great. I got these now. I'm probably going to be ostracized. Probably going to be kicked out of a lot of steam rooms. Quite frankly, it's not what I wanted, but these, I guess, this coffee raises your estrogen level or what have you. I'm not going to judge because it was a good coffee and it was my decision. I can nurse the capybara back to health. Oh, isn't that exciting? You see how stupid that ending was? You see how the setup was great? And you should have just let me play around with it. I was going places with it, and you had to force an ending on it, and you ruined it. The ending sucks because it's what you wanted, but you don't know what's good. So you ruined your own request. Thanks for that. Leo said, when Kane dresses Boy George and attacked the Undertaker, do you think it would have been better taking a page of George's book? I have George. No. What? Leo, you're gonna have to send me some articles. I have no idea what you're talking about. I never liked Boy George. Marvelous said, have you ever been in a submarine? Yes, but not a functional one. I think my grandmother took me to this war thing they would just dock it and be like, oh, it's a museum, but it's annoying. BTF Wayne said, good Penta interview. In your opinion, who is the scariest wrestler kayfabe? I mean, Minoru Suzuki. Penta is up there. Taz still as certainly the scariest commentator. Leo said they're real book cover. Red Dog said, rest in peace, Donald Sutherland. But also, multiple times I went, this guy's still alive? So, you got to weigh that out. Mia said, I was wondering why my phone looked blurry. I didn't have my glasses on. A great start to your morning, Mia. Gina said, Freeway came out in the 90s. Also had Reese Witherspoon. It was about a serial killer, and it's a good watch. Is it something to do with Speed? Was it like an offshoot of Speed kind of thing? Leo said, show everyone your beautiful book covers. Just DM them all. I really don't want to right now. Leo said, I don't know any 21 Pilot song, but I just know they are very, very shit. Mia has been a member for 22 months and said, I'm going to have a great work week now. My horrible boss I had for 2 years is no longer mine. New boss starting Monday. Mental health matters. I don't know if that's mental health. I think it's just shitty bosses. I think just work is bad. I think that's the ultimate thing here. But regardless, congratulations to you, Mia. Could go great. Could go horribly. Let's enjoy. Rob said, ghosts in the fridge. Nell said, Harley would be a good character in Austin Powers. Yes, because you quickly get annoying. SM said, good for you, Mia. I'm getting a new boss next month, too. Mike said, Queen Kong was the bearded lady in Spaceballs, too. Who are you, one of the freaks? Leo said, is Shane Gillis the most unsexy comedian? Well, alive now? I don't know. But of all time, you got Sam Kinison was very ugly. Toadie Fields in her own way. Phyllis Diller. There was a lot of them. Jackie Vernon was ugly. Jackie Mason. Any comedian named Jackie, you're usually in trouble. Leo said, Boy George once got arrested for handcuffing a male escort to a wall fixture and beat him with a chain. These things happen. CC Bomb said, what if Hay moved to a studio like when Wayne's World sold out, complete with an announcer? I'd love to sell out. There would have to be money offered, but I would love it. Harley has a citrus tribute. Said, looks like you're having a rough morning because of you. Here, buy yourself a Starbucks on me, space period. Everyone, let's cheer him up together. Harley's maybe drunk Sunday morning and not the one for punctuation or grammar, but grammar. I was going to say grammar, but her heart is in the right place. And that's the important thing. Nick said, did you ever go to Dive, Steven Spielberg's submarine-themed restaurant? No, I did not, but now I want to read all about it. And we've done this before. I've been on quite a theme restaurant kick in my childhood. Yesterday, I just passed the Rainforest Cafe, and I went, oh my God, remember when we thought this was good? At Rainforest Cafe, Jekyll and Hyde in New York, which I loved. There was that Mars Restaurant, which I never went to. WWF New York, I went to. Wayne Gretzky's in Toronto, would go there. When I was a child, there was a restaurant downtown called the Organ Grinder. And it was a guy at a big pipe organ, and he would do requests, and he would do a little show. And that was, the premise of the place. Planet Hollywood, I was there when it opened in Toronto. I loved it. Look, Bruce Willis's jacket, I was nutty about it. I went multiple times. The Hard Rock, obviously. I'm trying to think what else. They would be like baseball restaurants. The one, I can't remember the name of it, and we did this before. Let me see if I can look it up in my old tweets, because I did tweet about it. I think somebody gave me the name of it. It was a comedy restaurant in New York. No. That's a shame. Maybe NY. I have to put NY. See if it comes. No. But somebody sent it to me a while ago, and we found it, and this bothers me. What are you gonna do? Leo said Bill Maher is very unsexy. I would love his face looks as made of putty. SM said cheering up is overrated. Thank you. Leo said Harley got that TK money. I also work for the same company. James said, on the subject of Shane Gillis, what's your thoughts on the Killed Tony series? I don't really watch it. I mean, not that I like it or don't like it. I just don't watch it. So I have no opinion. Neil said, Sebastian Maniscalco has a gig near us soon, but Rob said he doesn't actually find him funny. He only finds you being him funny. What's the matter, Rob? You don't want to come to the show? You want to see the fake version of the real show, but not the real show? That's how it goes. Prisma said, how's the fun going for your new hay set after last week's destruction? Well, the on-air sign is really, really, really it's hanging on by a thread. The batteries you should see before I turn it on. Before the show actually starts, what I have to do to make sure the sign works. And it is getting rough. But, we're not really getting an increase in budget. We're not loosening our belts for the hay set. Let me put it that way. And it sucks. The sign held up okay. It was incredibly durable. Marvelous said, what's the most obscure fact about an actor or actress you know? Ordered a cameo from you years ago. For my mom, you went on a fascinating diatribe about Van Johnson, who I love. Even watched the Letterman clip. Love me some Van Johnson. I would say the most obscure fact I know. I mean, it's just a good one that I say a lot because it is really interesting. In 1960, the SAG board, I don't know if SAG was founded then, but very close to then. And, we need, residuals. And so they had an appeal board where if you made movies before 1960, you would have to go before the board and you would have to appeal it and to get residuals, back pay, and all that stuff. And a perfect example would be people like the Three Stooges, who made hundreds and hundreds of films and only got paid once. And it's like, they're still making money off this. We need to make money. This is crazy. So they go to the board and they make their case. And it's a very strong case. We're still playing their movies today. It's sort of ridiculous not to give them any money for it. And they were denied. And who was the head of the SAG board at that time? Ronald Reagan. So, and let that be the canary in the coal mine. Should have never let him run after that. He denied the Three Stooges the money they were rightly owed. That's sick. That's, fucked up. And they talk about all the things. I was probably jealous of him, quite frankly, because he wasn't a good actor. We don't have time to get into that now. Leo said, will we get an AEW restaurant? Oh, I would love it. I would have a Cobb salad in my name. I would say, hey, and then Cobb salad. Gina has a tribute, maybe. I'm a therapist, so let me piggyback Mia's mental health matters with the donation from me. Use it to watch Freeway, which is nothing like Speed. It's about a killer who kidnaps and kills women on the freeway. Now I'm interested. That sounds a lot better to me. I was thinking bombs, bus, fast cars. No. Serial killer on the freeway. I'm in. Another great road named movie is Around the Bend. Has anyone seen this? With Michael Caine, Christopher Walken, and somebody else who I can't remember. And they all play like fathers and sons of each other. I think it's Michael Caine, Christopher Walken's father. It was a weird movie. But I remember the end of the movie ends, and then where they're standing in the road, it's around the bend. And you're like, got it. That makes sense to me. Mike said, did you ever go to Abdullah the Butcher's barbecue in Atlanta? I thought it was in Windsor. Why did I think it was in Windsor? But no, I've never been. That's a shame. Squirrel Squad said, I saw a video where these two guys went on a road trip to every rainforest cafe in the U.S. What a life they live. Oh, I would love that. I went to Peggy Sue's between Vegas and L.A. It was a delightful time. I saw an 8x10 of Kay Ballard, which I think I've shown on the show before. Marvelous said, also, where in the hell did you get that Van Johnson tank top you wore in said video? It was a gift from my friend Nug, my dear friend Nug, who just really has the hookups in terms of Van Johnson shirts. Mia said, DuckTales. My Sandy said, Alice Cooper had a sports rock bar in Cleveland called Cooper's Town. There's also Memphis has Jerry Lawler's barbecue. It has Jerry Lee Lewis's barbecue. And of course, plenty of Elvis restaurants. So it's a real hot spot. Leo said, which other modern comedians are unsexy? Where do I begin? And where would we ever end? There's so many of them. It's just so many. I find Jonathan Katz to be attractive. Leo said Matt Rife looks like a picture of Jacob Elordi, a bunch of names I don't know, to his plastic surgeon. The plastic surgeon really fucked it up. God love you said, bad week for me. One of my friends was poisoned with fentanyl, robbed, and he passed. Bad mental health week. Actually, God love you. I would say I wouldn't even call that a mental health week. I would call it a tragedy, a horrible, unspeakable tragedy. And I think given the circumstances, you feeling sad, alarmed, shocked, and horrified is incredibly normal. I would say in that regard, it's a good mental health week because you're reacting appropriately. It would be a bad mental health week if you were happy about it. Right? Because bad mental health is like, oh, everything's going great, but I'm sad. So I think you being sad because a sad thing happened is actually a good way to know that everything's in check. Christine said, I love RJ Maniscalco. Bill said, I would love to see the New York City version of The Comedy Show. That reminds me, we are weeks away, 10 days away. Oh my God, I got to start writing for the All Elite Comedy Show in Chicago, July 2nd? 2nd. Yeah, that makes sense. At the Lincoln Lodge in Chicago, Colt Cabana and I will be hosting. There will be so many people like The Butcher, Nyla Rose, Harley Cameron, unfortunately. Daddy Magic will be there. I believe John Silver will be there. Who else? Is that it? There's got to be more people. I'm leaving someone off and I feel horrible about it now. And who knows who else. So hang in there. You're going to have a nice time. Leo said, what's your favorite of your books? I just love them all. They're my life's work. Leo said, what did you make of the Three Stooges movie from 2012? Remember when they showed up on Raw? And then Sean Hayes was like, wrestling's stupid. Miss Annie said, Ronald Reagan making decisions that hurt the wallets of people he represents? Who could believe that? Mia said, can we see Sylvia? She really does not care about this at all. She had 0. Yeah, I know. I know. Okay, say goodbye. Okay. All right. Okay. Are we all happy now? Is that how you get your kicks? She's gonna be 20 in 3 months. Manny said Anthony Michael Hall was on a recent Fly on the Wall. He had a good Christopher Walken story. I'll get to it. Joyride. What are you talking about Joyride for? Hold on. Okay, here we go. The road trip. Oh, I'm so far behind now. Joyride is a great movie. Sure. Christine had a wonderful citrus tribute for a new on-air sign whenever, if it's needed. I'm not the one who's supposed to be paying for it. I work for a very large company. They should be supplying the on-air signs. But thank you. Melissa R. said the road trip movie with Denzel Washington and Patrick Swayze as drag queens is a great one. I don't know which one that is. Bill Wood said, does Abdullah have a barbecue place? I think he did. Marvelous said, you know which podcast you would have been good on back in the day? Gilbert Gottfried's Amazing Colossal Podcast would have been a classic episode of The Antidotes of the Golden Age of Hollywood. I love that podcast. It's fantastic. I still listen to the classic episodes. So much time has passed that I've forgotten about so many of them. Leo said, doesn't Jerry Lawler have a restaurant? I just said that. Prisma said, Forbidden Doors coming up. Any Suit spoilers? Are you guys going to be using the desk again? No word on the desk. I would hope so. Be stupid to have a desk once and then never again. In terms of the suit, both Renee and I ordered outfits too late, and I don't think they're going to be arriving in time. However, tomorrow, if it doesn't arrive, I have a backup option that I'm going to grab, and I'm very excited about it. In terms of the show, I believe we'll be hosting as per usual. A little 0-hour business. Will there be guests? Will there be Jeff Jarrett again? Unfortunately, who knows? Mia said, you missed a request of a Disney song or TV theme. What? Where? Oh, I see. Mikey G said, your favorite Disney song or TV theme. Thank you. Thank you, Mia, for alerting me to this. Your favorite Disney song or TV theme song? Well, this is a little hit. I'm not crazy about the Disney songs, especially singing them. This is a little hit from, how do we say, maybe a lesser known TV show, not as heralded as Your Night Courts or Who's the Bosses or Seinfeld, which is an atrocious fucking theme song. This is a song from a little show called Alice, starring Linda Lavin and Polly Holiday, and Vic Tayback is where the phrase "kiss my grits" comes from. It's about a woman, single mother who moves to a town with her son and works at a diner. It's a good song. Used to be sad, used to be shy. Funniest part was the saddest part. What? Funniest thing was the saddest part is I never knew why. Kicking myself for nothing was my favorite sport. Oh, I gotta get out and now start living cause life's too short. There's a new girl in town and she's feeling good. Gotta whenever for the neighborhood. There's a new girl in town, and if things go right, we're just passing through. But if things go well, she's gonna stay a while. And every season they would do a different version of the song. They changed the lyrics a little, they changed the genre a little So there's a big supercut. I should do a reaction to that. I think I did. Didn't I? Did I? Let me look up. This is how you know I've put out too many videos. I did. I reacted to them. This for a year ago. It's a 13-minute video where I watched all the Allison shows. So if you have any interest in that, it's already available to you. Feeling good. In the neighborhood. Christine said, I saw Nugget Greektown Wrestling, and we had a laugh about the dude next to me in the crowd who was wearing a Wine Me, Dine Me, 619 Me shirt. Wrestling is just top-level intelligence. Squirrel Squad said, I feel so old now when people say so-and-so famous person did something and they have absolutely zero idea who they are. That happens. There was somebody who didn't know who Jim Carrey was. And I was like, you're like, what am I supposed to do here? And it's not even like I'm the great Jim Carrey. It's just like, how do you not know? They are everywhere. And it's like, no, he's not been everywhere. Guy's been like holed up painting and sculpting and shit for 15 fucking years. Leo said, have you seen that weird video of that Hulk Hogan obsessed kid and Hulk Hogan doing a Hulk off? Yes, multiple times. Imagine your parents forcing you to become obsessed with Hulk Hogan in 2020. That was the father's ultimatum. Had to use his kid for something. Joe said, I can't wait to sit awkwardly at the Lincoln Lodge holding Lawrence Welk spoons, shaking my head. I will be able to meet you after, so give it to me. SM said, yay. Christine said, Sylvia. Oh, that's how far behind I am. Efren said, oh, my God. Efren, speaking of, I had a wonderful chat on Wednesday with the darling, vivacious Karen Jarrett about you. We mentioned you and what a wonderful person you are and what a supporter you are of the arts. She's a supporter of the arts, too. Certainly sculpted. Everyone's loving Sylvia. We can skip all that shit. It's a fucking cat. We get the gist. Christine said, yes, this is how we get our kicks. Leo said, Wrestleland sounds like a podcast presented by two pick-me girls. It's exactly what it is. Nail said, would have been a great skit to see her attacking you in the reflection of the fridge. Efren said, meow, meow. RJ, did you meow like Henrietta Pussycat on Meow Meow Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood? Meow. And it was just Fred Rogers hunched over, doing all generally the same voices. The King Friday was good. But then he would do Lady Elaine. You know, he's fucking, he was very creepy. What was the woman's name? Let's look up the woman. Woman. The one woman. Lady Elaine. So wait. No. That's Lady Aberlin. Betty Aberlin. Let's look at the career of Betty Aberlin. Very interested. I found her very attractive. Born Betty Aberlin, born Betty K. Ageloff, American actress. A role she played for the entirety of its 33-year run. She's still alive, age 81. That's still doable. Born in New York, grew up in a Jewish family that later changed their surname to Aberlin. I get it now. Attended public schools in Queens. She made her debut at the Phoenix Theater in Sandhog, a folk opera. Regular role as King Friday's niece. This is all coming back to frequently the main character of the Neighborhood of Make-Believe. Often the only full-size character in the segments. She acted something of a level-headed older sister and an audience surrogate, sometimes nicknamed Lady A. She also appeared on the Smother Brothers show and various TV spots. For a short time, she did a late-night radio show in Pittsburgh, a station she helped found. What the fuck? Program featured jazz, comedy, and some spoken arts and poetry. She's so fucking PBS. Aberlin wrote and performed a sequence for Acre TV's The 90s Stop Me Before I Love Again, a theme show on Growing Older, which aired on PBS. She played backup singer Cheryl and starred as Heather in Joseph Path's production of Cryer and Ford's I'm Getting My Act Together and Taking It on the Road. Oh, my God. At the New York Shakespeare Festival's Public Theater. She played Meryl Streep's sister in Elizabeth Swato's Alice in Concert, based on Alice in Wonderland. Later in her career, she formed a friendship with Kevin Smith. Of course she did. She appeared in Dogma, Jersey Girl, Zack and Mary Make a Porno, Red State, and the 4:30 movie. She was a contributor to the literary website Fresh Yarn. Her essay, The Bonding of America, was published in 2005. She comments on privilege and physical appearance. She's very attractive. A point of departure for her is the reflection of a blonde wig she bought to hide her first gray hairs. Well, fucking shit. Wearing the wig, Aberlin is aware of how it erases racial or ethnic features, and how her new look invokes a more glamorous feminine stereotype. She put on a wig. People want to have sex with her. She concludes the essay, later on that evening, I saw a yellow school bus filled with Chesidism. On the sooty back of the window by someone who's drawn a swastika. I'll tell you, it certainly feels a little safer being blonde. I got it right. She was just probably it's a heavy. We got heavy here. Aberlin published a collection of poems, the White Page Poems. The original as a companion to the 1880 collection of poems by George MacDonald. Can't write poems. The original edition of MacDonald's book had a blank page opposite each poem. Musician Jonathan Colton wrote the song Lady Aberlin's Moo Moo about her character. Well, that's pretty much everything I want. Oh, she has Instagram. Fucking followed. Oh, it's a fan account. Never mind. Does she have Twitter? Is this her? Yeah, but she hasn't tweeted. Oh, no, she's around. Great. All right. I followed her. Go follow Lady Aberlin. Thank you for that, Efren. SM said Jeff Jarrett sucks because SM is an idiot. Miss Andy said I'll be at Forbidden Door. Prisma said, why Jeff Jarrett, unfortunately? I thought he rounded you out and Renee quite nicely. Long sentences. He needs to tighten it up. Squirrel Squad said, I feel like Mulan had the best songs as far as Disney movies go. Prisma said, are you a bath or a shower guy? I haven't had a bath in years. Nail said, Blossom is the best TV theme of all time. Getting off your dress, right over meditation. You are a piece of my mind. And it's Ted Wass playing the piano. And he's like, in my opinionation, the sun is going to surely shine. And what were we doing? It was a backdrop. It was just a weird backdrop of people dancing. Shut off your hesitation. Just dancing. They were really like that. The Cosby was onto something with the dancing intros. Let's see if we can make it worse. Miss Annie said, who had a better career, Philip McKeon and Nancy McKeon? Nancy, by a mile. Don't even need to get into it. Leo said, now I'm thinking about RJ bathing in that storage container for Cynical Crafter. That was a fire hazard. So anytime you use water on set like a bath, it's a whole thing because there's all wires all over the ground, lighting and camera and all that shit. So they only allow you a certain amount of water. Bradley said, if you had to have a favorite Disney movie, what would it be? Probably Aladdin. The Lion King is not as funny. You know what I loved? And this is what hooked me on Aladdin, The Cave of Wonders. That place was amazing. I would do a whole reboot just in there. You know, who goes to have a nightclub in the Cave of Wonders? No, that'd be crazy. Marvelous said, did Canada have Nick at Night? No, we didn't. But I was in the States enough to know that I was missing something. If so, what was your favorite show featured on it when you were a wee RJ Town? Funny. I don't really know. I loved the old game shows, which didn't really play on Nick at Night. I mean, I would be watching Bewitched. Bewitched was good. I Dream of Jeannie. I'd love to see the fun, wacky things they would come up with. Leo said, what about the Val Venus I'm Cocked shirt? I think it's great. Nail said, I don't know the new famous people or the old famous people. Nail doesn't know about it. Chicken Pom Pom said, RJ, do you have a favorite Marx brother? Yes, Carl. Leo said, wrestle parents who use their kids for attention have a very special place in hell. Prison Obscura said, nice to see that you finally met Carrie Silkin this week. Any stories there? Yes. So first of all, I didn't even know he was coming to the show, but he lived glad. I was like, oh my, this is the best. Finally. Because we tried to meet so many times, it never worked out. And then it was like, finally. And I was so in love. It was me, him, Dalton, and Mark Sterling. We were all talking. And it's so sweet. He was saying how proud he was of everyone, even if he didn't directly book them or if they didn't work for Ring of Honor, like to watch them, grow and to start doing things like me. And it's like, we're doing your coffee thing for so long, and then it just turned into something. And then like even Mark Sterling, he said, like, he kept designing the indies and people you see, and then they finally make it. And he's like, it's great. And he's like, he said, I feel like I have my dirty blood in all of you. And I said, that was quite an analogy. And he said, well, you know what I mean. And I said, I do know what you mean. And that's the problem. So Carrie is the best. We finally got our picture after all these years. Aaron said, as a child, I had a 6-foot-tall poster on my bedroom wall of Jim Carrey. I bought it at the Scholastic Book Fair. How many more fucking Animorphs books can you possibly force on a generation? Red Dog said they have Mr. Rogers on Pluto TV now. Amanda said, this is very random, but Double J showed up at Absolute Intense Wrestling last night. He announced a match with Satnam. Fuck yeah. So excited, but I think he came out when his promo was on Collision. That's a Jeff thing. Mike said Betty could get it back in the day. Josh said, it's my birthday today. Can you rap or sing City of Crime from the movie Dragnet? If not, just have a great day. Well, I don't know how it goes. Let me see. I'll give you a dramatic reading. We'll split the difference. This is the city. It's a city of crime. My name is Friday. I carry a bag. 3:15 a.m. Thursday, January 15th. It was chilly that morning in the City of Angels. On this particular occasion, we happened to witness a pagan ritual in process. See that, Strebeck? But just in time, we have stumbled on a major crime. They've got that girl all fright. Now, that's not nice. I think she's the subject of a sacrifice. Betty, we're putting this party on ice. But first, we really ought to read them their rights. Read them their rights. Read them their rights. Well, I'm here tonight to rap about your rights, because right now you're in trouble. Don't have to say nothing at all. You got 2 calls, and you better make them on the double. This is a city of crime. Don't step out of line. This is the city of crime. You better be praying your judge is kind. You're a dangerous mob, and it's our job to bust you all for being violent. While we're here, let's state it clear. You have the right to remain silent. Well, excuse me, Mr. Cooper, Mr. Crime Stopper. What's wrong with what we're doing? We just like dance in our goatskin pants around this ancient ruin. This is racist. Now, it's not so funny that it costs big money if you ever have to hire a lawyer. It's my duty to inform you, and my pleasure to warn you that we'll provide one for you. This is a city of crime. Don't step out of line. It's a city of crime. You're looking at 7 to 9. Now, you know what you've been doing is a serious crime. You're probably doing some serious time. And in case you might be worried about the friends you lose, at least they get to see you on the evening news. It's a new sensation. We go down to the station. You're going to answer some questions and have some refreshments. Doesn't rhyme with questions. What's your full name? What were you doing on January 15th of this year? All we want is the truth, mister. What were you doing in the location in question? What is the purpose of your pagan organization? Jesus. All right. We got it. It goes on for another 20 minutes. Happy birthday, Josh. Leo said, do you remember the scary door from Futurama? No, I do not. Anyone at the comedy show, said Christine, I apologize if I meet you and I'm an almost mute, awkward weirdo. And it's not about you, Christine. It's fine. Christine said, my kid is very excited about meeting and greeting after the show. Leo said, which comedian has the worst attempt at trying to be profound and intelligent? Maybe Bill Hicks. Christine said, nice one, Josh. Tom Hanks' performance in that song is unhinged. Leo said, do you remember your weird fan account? Barely. Leo said, was that last bath you had in the storage container? No. I definitely jumped in like a hotel bath before. Where there would be like a nice bath, and I'm like, I'm doing this. Christine said, I've met RJ once, although he insists it's been several times. Well, you're so familiar. Mia said, what's the cheat meal for today? Great question. Should I just get pizza? Should I get sushi? Do I want sushi? Is that too much? Maybe that feels like it's too much for me. Maybe I do want sushi. I'm going to think about it. Can anyone help me here, please? Red Dog said, Betty Aberlin was the nun that Matt Damon was talking to in the airport. I've lost my place halfway through that sentence. In the airport at the beginning of Dogma. Thank you. Chicken Pom Pom said, do you ever think it might be the second best late night TV host of this era alongside Sean Evans from Hot One? No, because I don't think he's that good. Chronic Snake said, I quit Disney after Fox and the Hound. Everyone's mom dies. Well, that's how you have a good movie. Christine has gifted 5 memberships. Red Dog, Karenissimo, Avery, KP, and Squirrel Squad. Neon Paradox said, I met Maim Bialik. I know it if I don't read it. Blossom, at a conference about 10 years ago, I asked her to describe exactly what an opinionation is. She had no answer. Well, she didn't write it. Amanda said, a song of your choice to reflect your feelings right now. Oh my God. I don't know if I want to necessarily reflect my feelings. I like to sing songs that don't reflect my feelings because then they will make me happy. I like to sing happier songs to make me happier. In olden days, a glimpse of stocking was looked at as something shocking. Now, heaven knows, anything goes. Good authors, too, who once knew better words, now only use 4-letter words, writing prose. Anything goes. The world has gone mad today, and good's bad today, and day's night today, and black's white today, and most guys today that women prize today are just gigolos. And though I'm not a great romancer, I know you're bound to answer when I propose. Anything goes. Any song that has that permits that voice is a good song in my book. Bradley said, how cool is Mark Sterling? Seems like an awesome guy. Real like, hey, Mark Sterling, what's going on? Hey, man. Always like that. Leo said, which wrestler would look good bald? It's a great question. You know, I think Big Bill is a deceptively handsome man. And I think people don't realize how handsome he is because he's so big. And his hair has been one way for a certain amount of time. And I think he could pull it off. I don't know if he would look better. He could pull it off. Christine said, Scholastic Book Fair is still going strong. My kid bought an invisible ink pen there a couple of weeks ago. And no books. Well, it's just a fair now. It's the Scholastic Summer Fair. Josh said, thank you so much. It's very stupid and wonderful. It's making my day. Bradley said, any thoughts on the Twilight Zone episodes, The Mighty Casey or Steel? The robot athlete episode seemed interesting, but not well executed. I think they're ultimately better short stories when you can pretend rather than have to see them struggle in vain to make a convincing robot. But also the Steel movie was bad. So that's how hard it is. Aaron said, I'm getting my morning cardio. Leo said Bill Hicks was overrated. I think he was under. We went under and then over. Blue Meanie is here. Hello, Blue Meanie. Prisma said, we should go back to acting if given a good opportunity. After that reading, I could see you as a grimy noir detective. You could wait your drink show. Yeah, I don't know. Give me some money and a roll. We can do it. B13 said, I think Karrion Kross would look good bald. Leo said, I bet David has beautiful bathroom with a really nice bath. I don't think I've been in his like personal bedroom bathroom. V said sushi sounds delicious. Miss Sandy said the Fox and the Hound was Jack Albertson's final movie. What a shame. He was the man. Leo said, do you know who is bad? The government. It's a Bill Hicks quote. Rob said, stressing his coffee against spill as he sings. Efren said, it's Reno Sweeney. Leo said, wow, this guy's one of the greatest social commentators. We're still talking about Bill Hicks. Nail said, for your information, when you come here next week, the weather is disgustingly hot. That's usually what happens at the end of June, Nails. Nails also said, Big Bill is handsome and a great dancer. Christine said, we're getting the arm stretching shot. Let me fucking stretch. Squirrel Squad said, the only thing I ever got from the Scholastic Book Fair was that it taught you how to draw. A book that taught you how to draw wrestlers. I remember those. I was like a superhero one, and I was obsessed with it. Miss Annie said, Bill Hicks talking about Dennis Leary stealing his jokes. I have a scoop for you. I stole his act. I camouflaged it with punchlines to really throw people off. I did it before he did. B13 said, has Lil Piss been to the Bang Bang Gang lounge yet for round 2? Jay White invited me onto his turf. Well, his turf, our turf. We're in the sort of in the same group now, I guess. And I haven't seen him since the episode of Hey. So I'm sure I'll be back. I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't. I am, but I wouldn't. Tom said, reflect your feelings by singing Important by Ian McConnell. I love that song. It's one of my favorite songs. Hey, is this important? I've got a meeting coming up at 3. Hey, is this important? I want to just talk you and me. If this is important to you, then it's important to me. Get out of the way. Let me make my phone call. Get out of my way. I don't like this at all. Is it important to me? What's this regarding today? Get that paperwork. Get it out of my way. Because I'm a busy fella. And only some things important to me. I'm a busy fella. I got my pens now. Can't you see that I've got work to do? Do. Important work to do. Ba ba da ba da. So get out of my way. Ba ba da da da. This is a business day. Ba ba da ba ba. That was Important. Ian McConnell. SM has a request. Bring Me to Life by Evanescence in the Maniscalco voice. Please look up the lyrics. I'm not doing the spoken parts. It's loading. Maybe if it doesn't load, it's a sign from God. Josh said, the Scholastic Book Fair is where I got novelizations of movies I liked, like Hook, Home Alone 1 and 2, and some books on aliens. Oh, this is a really short... Oh, no, it's not. How can you see into my eyes like open doors, sliding it down into my core? I become so numb. Without a soul, my spirit's sleeping somewhere cold until you find it there and lead me back home. Wake me up. Wake me up inside. I can't wake up. Wake me up inside. Save me. Call my name and save me from the dark. Wake me up, bid my blood to run. I can't wake up before I come undone. Save me. Save me from the nothing I've become. Now that I know what I'm without, you can't just leave me. Breathe into me and make me real. Bring me to life. Frozen inside without your touch, without your love, darling. Only you are the life among the dead. All right, this is too much. All this time, I can't believe I couldn't see, kept in the dark. But you were there in front of me. What have I been sleeping 1,000 years, it seems? Got to open my eyes to every voice. Without a thought, without a voice, without a soul, don't let me die here. There must be something more. All right, that's it. Just fucking got it now. That's pretty much it. Leo said there was a weird kid at school in 2013. He used to sing Bring Me to Life on his shitty headphones loud all the time. Yeah, okay, great. Bill said, are wrestlers part of SAG? No. I mean, not because of wrestling. I would be, but because of acting. You see. Manuel said, did you do a revival? If you did a revival of Singing in the Rain, who would play Gene Kelly? Who plays Debbie Reynolds, Donald O'Connor from the AEW roster? I would not do that. That sounds horrible. It sounds atrocious and horrible. I would be Gene Kelly. Everyone looks having a nice chime. Aaron said, not enough of you are liking this video when we are being given art. Leo said that whole classroom would have gone down. Leo, you got to get a therapist. Nell said, this is too much. No, we need more. He makes a Joker-like mouth when he does the voice. The Joker face. Prisma said, other than Gildor, what was your favorite acting role? Well, I don't know if we're counting The Cynical Crafter. I don't know if it's an acting role. Like we did a lot of. I did like doing Monster Brawl while I was doing it. I said this will turn into something fun. Murdoch Mysteries was nice. I had a nice time there. The Masked Saint, I had fun. You don't like. I don't know. It's hard to define favorite. Some of them you had fun doing, they didn't come out so good. And then some of them you didn't have fun doing, and they came out great. So I don't know which one that is. Efren said, I saw Debbie Reynolds perform with Rip Taylor at the Las Vegas Hilton. Wasn't it? Didn't it used to be the Debbie Reynolds casino? Didn't she have her own casino? Am I crazy? Pogirl said meditation works for some. V said, I love Cynical Crafter. It should count too. All right, then it counts. Then probably that. Christine said Murdoch Mysteries was delightful. Red Dog said, I thought Dennis Leary was better than Hicks. I don't care if he stole Hicks' jokes. Every comedian steals jokes. They obsess over that too much. No, they don't. Not every comedian steals jokes. At least try not to. Sure, I mean, some jokes are similar, and some of them are general and generic in that sense. So maybe not necessarily the sign of the best joke that other people can steal them by accident, but try not to. Efren said she did. Oh, Efren wrote something, then retracted. Who knows? Mikey G said, did you stay in Collingwood when you filmed Monster Ball? Yes, I did. And I was in the house, and then I was on set, and that's it. Leo just wrote S Club. You know, I've been to some parties that are kind of like S Club parties. Messani said WWE bought the Debbie Reynolds Hotel and was going to. Oh, yes, that's what. Yes, correct. Efren and Messanity are on the same page here. Debbie Reynolds did have her own casino hotel, and then WWF bought it to make it a WWF casino, but they sold it before doing it, which really bothers me. Nelson, do you gamble? Only emotionally. When I was in Vegas a couple of weeks ago, that whole week I was in Vegas, I played literally one slot machine once. Otherwise, I just did. And even then, I didn't really enjoy myself. None of that works for me at all. I gambled with David Arquette once. He was like, come on, do it. He just, wanted to enjoy. And I did it out of deference to him, not out of my own enjoyment. Blue Meanie said, Dennis Leary's No Cure for Cancer is Bill Hicks' greatest hits. But Dennis Leary did do those great MTV bumpers. So there you go. Amanda said, have a great week, everyone. I can't wait to watch it back and catch Hay. Leo said, what about that weird Roddy Piper Christmas movie you were in, The Masked Saint? That's what that was. Nell said, speaking of S Club, have you spoken to Nikki since she got spooky? No, I wasn't speaking to her before. I had the wherewithal to be afraid of her before. Bradley said, if there's a Monster Brawl 2 and you were chosen to write it, who would be the monsters? Well, at the end of the movie, they set up Frankenstein against the zombie monster. So that's got to be your main. I would love to have the Phantom of the Opera. I feel like that's untapped potential. The Invisible Man also. I think we're leaving a lot of money on the table by not booking the Invisible Man. And there was originally, I believe, they were supposed to have like dwarves versus trolls battle royal. I believe that was originally in the script too. Everyone's winding down. Mia said, like the video, share Hey W. Yes, I will say it again. Please, right after this, go watch the latest Hey W with Queen Aminata. Go like it, go watch it, go comment, go share, go tweet about it, go tweet about AW's tweet about it so that they see it. Just push the algorithm through because we're not helping ourselves here. So only you can do it. Blue Meanie said, I stayed at the Debbie Reynolds Hotel after WWE bought it. They put us up there for a house show in Vegas. But I guess they didn't do anything. They just owned it. Like, we have this hotel. We don't know what we're doing. Why don't you guys come stay here? Leo said, who is the worst flavor of the month wrestler of all time? Oh, my God. I could go on. You know what? Here's a name. Hayde Vanson. He was my flavor of the month. I'll say that. Please, go watch Hay. Go watch all the Hays. Next week we're off, so make this one count. So let's do a nice little look at these huckleberries again. You'll get the gist. Love, it's what matters. It's important, or some shit like that. And otherwise, I got another 30 seconds left. Just gonna hang out here like this. Thank you to Sylvia. Wonderful performance. Pogo said, I used to love Haystacks Calhoun when I was a kid. Wow, who didn't? What a great photo. Large man overalls can't do wrong. We need more of them in this business. All right. Go watch Hay, will you please? And in the meantime, Godspeed.